Here we go. Now, this is a mongoose, invasive species, and this isn't the best knife to carve with, or to carve with the skin with. But okay, well, first thing we're going to do is make a little incision right here. I'm going to try not to cut his gut, because you'll get stinky food of what he last ate. There we go. We got a little hole. Now, most good skinning knives don't have that sharp point because you don't want to. Do you want me to get mine? Actually, you would have a better knife, but we'll be okay. I'm trying not to puncture his guts. There. Okay. See, I'm doing that just above his muscles in his abdomen. And a real, you know those skinny knives I gave you kids? Yeah. This is called trapper's knives. Yeah. They have a sharp blade and a dull blade. That is what this is for. But I just picked this one up because I thought it was pretty sharp. And it is. Okay, see, we're going there. Now, the skinning, you don't see this? I'm pulling the skin away from the muscle. See this? I don't have to do a lot. I can actually pull the skin off with once I've got it. And that's the muscle layer, and on top of that's the skin layer. Don't want to cut myself. And there's little like protein strings there. And that's a stubborn one. Oh, I went through the muscle layer. Now I'm starting to get in the guts, but there's an abdominal layer of muscle there. And mongoose have very tough skin. See, I'm trying not to bring any muscle with that. You be careful with a knife coming towards you.
I can't see. No, he stinks.
Yeah, it does stink. It's a little old. I had him in the refrigerator, and my wife was a little angry because she didn't like this in with the food. There.
Daddy, what connects the two?
Oh, there's like little protein rope strings. See all those? If you would magnify that, you'd see little strings, but it's really not that. If you could actually take a little hole and stretch it out, or take a little hole and pump air into this, the skin would blow up around the muscle. It's not a lot holding the skin. I've seen a deer shot from the side and the skin stretch out a foot. And I got a hook in me once in my back, and I pulled and pulled, and I had to pull. I could see my back skin. See this?
Daddy, where else do mongooses live in the world?
Well, I think this is an Indian species. India and Africa, Asia. Now, I'm going to try here. I got this side. Now, see, this side I didn't do as well. I'm trying to keep those little protein, those little ropes and threads dang it. I want to get that skin. Ooh, it does stink.
Separated?
Yeah, I want to get it separated out. There we go. Right there. Well, there. See this? If I can separate that out. I'm trying to be kind of delicate and keep him whole. A real fur skinner wouldn't be this careful. Although I've got him done better than this in the past. There we go.
Speak louder, Dad.
All right, you want to talk louder so people can hear? There we go. Now we're getting somewhere. Now we're separating the skin. And I can actually probably get him, reach around behind him and get his tail out of the way. I can reach around there and let me get my fingers there. Now there's his There's his intestines. There's his rib cage. We'll look at there. I should have, there we go. I normally don't have to go for
You
one.
just broke his bones.
Yeah, I broke his back. There, see that? Now you can actually pull, if I make some good cuts down his legs.
Wait, where did you break it?
Well, I
His
didn't break.
back.
They didn't break. They just kind of cracked, rattled. You know, like you can crack your back. You're not really.
What is this like?
That is his stomach. That blue thing's his stomach. These are his small intestine coming around. They're a carnivore, so they have a little simpler digestive system because they're not like a person. They eat meat. Okay, you see this leg? I'm bringing this out. And you pull a leg out of the skin just like you pull your foot out of a sock. This thing's been dead a while and stuck in the refrigerator, so he's not as easy to skin as a fresh one. You see that leg there? And that's like a ham on a pig. Now his foot is going to come out just like a sock. You'll see all those ligaments and tendons. There we go. There. See that? See, there's it. It's going to pull him right out of his skin. There we go. There we go. There's his toenail.
That's cool.
See his ligaments on there? That's the same as on your hand. Those ligaments, that white is ligament. It moves his toes. Okay. And the same thing. Now his tail is going to be tough. I'll try to get the other leg out. There's some fat. That little fat, which is probably rare on a mongoose. He was a fatty.
What is that?
Where?
This.
This? That's the inside of his foot. That's like if you pulled your sock inside out and left it on the floor. You ever did that?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I think you have. I'm going to move this knife because I'd hate to yank on this slippery carcass and jam that in my arm. Okay. Let's see, is that showing them there? Now, same thing. Yeah, there. There's his feet. Now I got to take off his tail. Now he's got a backbone here, and that runs all down his tail. And you want to get all that out because if you want to save his tail and tan it or something, or people use it, you don't want any of the meat in there. So there. See that green stuff? Mm-hmm. That's poop.
Ugh.
Stinks like crazy. That was the last.
Butthole?
Yeah, that's his butthole right there. And that's his poop. And there was his butthole there with poop in it. So I'm actually gonna wipe this a little bit because I don't want it to fly in my face. It could be nasty. It would, in fact, it might help me grab this slippery thing. It's slippery as can be. Now it's slippery here. Ah, dang it. Okay, instead of that tail coming loose, I broke the tail bone off, which might have been broken. So his tail's in there. So I'm going to have to take this and hang it and really work that off with some... to try to pull that out. And sometimes that's really hard. Okay, we're going to do the same thing in the front with his arms. This would be the integumentary system. See his skin?
Can you make me a pelt?
You want a pelt? Like a mongoose fur? Okay.
Can you make me a hat?
A hat? Like Daniel Boone, except it's not a coonskin cat. It's a mongoose hat.
Sure.
You can see his little teeth. That's about how bad a mongoose could bite you.
Okay.
Okay.
Can I have his skull and his skin?
Yeah, you might want some ants to clean
up.
up.
Take everything. I'm not. I just want a skull and a skin.
Well, we got skulls of other animals in there, so I'll
And a
try.
femur.
What do you want a femur for? Like the femur of the lions and things we have?
Yeah,
Okay, this ribs, I can't really grab and squeeze the ribs.
it'll
So-
break everything on the inside.
Yeah, so let's open this up and look. Now this would be like open heart surgery. I'm just cutting.
Like
this
the
would be your
pig.
abdomen.
It's like the pig, though.
Yeah, it's like the pig you cleaned. Very similar. I mean, it's almost, it's just smaller. Okay, here. I'm gonna try to, there. Now that,
Daddy, this is a he.
I don't know. I didn't really look and I don't see anything. I think it's probably a girl then, maybe, but I'm not sure. There's a liver. See the liver? Lobes of the liver. You've seen raw liver. It's very hard to do surgery on the liver because anytime you touch it, it bleeds. But the liver, it can actually grow back. This is stomach. That's its stomach, its last meal.
What is that?
I'm trying to see.
Is
don't.
that its gallbladder?
I don't know. Well, it might, but usually a gallbladder is not shaped like that. Here's a kidney. See back there?
It looks just like.
A kidney bean just looks like your kidney. We
Yeah,
have
it looks
that big
just like
plastic.
our kidney thing.
Yeah, you guys see that.
Dad, can we open up the stomach and see what he last ate?
Sure we can. And here's goes into the large intestine, and this will go right into the colon and out the poop. Yeah, and you can cut this and see what he ate. It'll smell though. You want to do it?
No.
No?
Maybe later.
You want to cut the stomach? It'll probably stink.
Maybe later.
How do you get the skin off the nose and that kind of on his head?
Well, I'm gonna. Oh, that's.
Do they eat bones?
No, they're not bone breakers. You can see his teeth are sharp. They're not like a hyena or a flatter teeth, so they don't eat bones. There's the stomach full of nasty, half-digested meat or whatever in there. Now we go up here towards the lungs. Here, I'm going to open this up a little more.
The lungs.
Yeah. Here, hang on. I'm going to... This was not the best choice of a knife, but
You want our trappers?
we'll just do, one of your trappers would have been better.
John, go get a trapper.
That's okay, I'm 3/4, 7/8 done.
Or its lungs.
Yeah. Its lungs? Okay, where are your lungs? This is its stomach, its lungs are up in its chest.
Okay.
Yeah. Now remember when we've skinned rats and things, you can see they don't have real big lungs. They don't have a great amount of endurance. I'm cutting through the ribs.
So this doesn't have good lungs?
Well, they probably aren't marathon runners. Now, you see those nice little pink... Oh, those are small lungs. See those pink little lungs? And there's a big heart, though.
Wait, where are the lungs?
See the little pink things right there? Yeah. Now, if it was a smoker and had soot and black ash, anytime you smoke anything, you put black soot in there, like breathing the ashes from a fire. Doesn't matter what you're burning, it's sucking into your lungs. So it's always bad. Don't let people tell you smoking anything is good for you. You want nice pink, healthy lungs, and then you can see the rib bones. No, his heart's right there. It's all in one.
But did you pop it?
I know I didn't stab it with a knife. There's his heart. You want to pull his heart out?
Yeah.
Are hearts easy to break?
No, they're muscular. They're really muscular. When you clean a bird, the only thing, its gizzard's more muscular, but there's his heart, and we can, a mammal has 4 chambers to his heart. There's a heart. We can cut the heart in half.
Now you broke it.
Now I did. There, you can see the ventricles and aortas right there, kind of coming up. And there's
It looks like a cherry.
It does kind of look like a cherry, like a little big red, dark red cherry. This was a fat mongoose. Most wild animals aren't this fat, so she was in very good health. I don't know about and that looks like some bloody lung there. But there, yeah, you can see the lungs.
Where's the sternum?
Sternum is the bone that holds those ribs together. I cut actually through the sternum.
But isn't it against the? Oh, you cut through the sternum.
I cut right through the middle of the sternum. Maybe like if you were laying here and I went right in the center of your chest, not off to the side. Okay.
Oh, I thought you went to the side of the sternum.
Now I'm gonna pull this over here a little bit. This is kind of a quick. What time are we on, Seer?
14:45.
Okay, I don't want to get. I know they always say this, but boy, I've skinned a lot of things and done a much better job than this.
Or if you skin them earlier.
Yeah, usually the fresh. Although I've put things in the refrigerator and skinned them.
Never skinned the sharks that we had.
Yeah, well, those were old. You guys played with those dead sharks for a long time. And see, here, I'm trying to get his skin off. There, you see that? I do the same thing, pull his arm out of his sock. See that? Oh, I got a little tear there. I didn't get all the foot perfect.
The front foot.
Right.
What do they normally eat?
Well, they're
Like
carnivores.
smaller
I think they'll eat anything they can overpower. Mice. Obviously, they're famous for eating snakes, but they'll eat any. They eat birds, bird eggs, any kind of meat they can find.
Is the egg a bird meat?
Yeah, the eggs meat. It makes.
So do vegetarians not eat eggs?
I don't know. Vegetarians classify themselves into different groups, and I don't know.
What is that hole right there? Is that just a poke that you did?
I bet that's where the bullet went in.
It might have been somebody shot it. Yeah, he supposedly was shot with a BB gun because he was attacking somebody's chicken. So I don't know what. Okay, you see this skull?
Ooh.
So they'll also eat chickens?
Yeah, they'll eat any animal. They love birds.
I mean, a fighting cock is gonna.
Oh, he'd tear him up.
Yeah, but.
Yeah, like the roosters where we go.
A hen is gonna be taken.
Well, some of those roosters we know, the
probably
people
a
that
chick,
raise them,
too.
they really have some tough roosters. Okay. There.
Ooh, can you see that, Daddy? Show.
There's the more hand. There's the back of the
It's
hand.
more white.
Well, those are ligaments, and ligaments are white. There's ligaments, tendons, muscle.
Muscles.
Yep. Know all that. Okay, now I'm going to pull its head. Pull its...
It looks like it's frowning.
Well, it ain't probably real happy. Let's see. Now I'm going to try to
Probably
take
ain't
its
alive.
fur off its head. I tore it at the ear. Dang it. A lot of times that ear will come and I'll get the ear. Like their ear, huh? I've only done a few mongoose. No, dang it. I didn't do a very good job. There.
Don't most people cut the heads off and then not skin the heads?
No, they pull the heads off. It's more work. It's actually more work to cut a head off than it is to just do what I did. There's the mongoose. If you wanted to make if you wanted to stuff it. Now you'd have to get the tail. You'd have to get the meat out of it. You'd have to take this tail. Like you've seen a store like oxtail.
Can you try and get that out?
Yeah, I'll get this out. I'll do it later. I don't have time. Now this is the skull. This is a skinned mongoose.
Can we look at its like jaws?
Yep, you can look at its jaws. I'll even open up its brain for you if you want. There's this. See?
It broke at a certain spot.
Well,
Very symmetrical, Daddy.
Well, the ears. What happened? And the ears.
But then it went all the way up here. It didn't go any farther.
Yeah, if it'd been a fresh kill, it would have pulled the ears, and you'd have a nice.
He looks like.
This would have done this.
Weirder.
Yeah, the ears stuck to the skull. That often. I don't know that I've ever had that happen actually, and I've skinned. Well, maybe a few times, but I've skinned thousands of things. Okay, I'm gonna open up the brain.
Are you gonna get in it? You're gonna break the skull?
I have to get to the brain. Now you can see all the muscle. You see all that muscle back here?
You gotta protect the
Mongoose
brain.
have an incredibly strong bite. When they bite down, those muscles pull back on those jaws. They have an incredible bite. Now I'm gonna have to be kind of. Let's see. Oh, it broke. It didn't punch in. There we go.
It stinks.
Here, let me try. There. Hey, I might see. Oh, that's a bone. See, that's a bone splinter. But I've gone to the side of it. Hey, watch out. There's brain coming out. Now, a brain, I'm going to turn the knife sideways. I didn't do very good. There, you can sort of see a broken. There's brain, and there's more.
How big is its brain?
Oh, humans have about a 1400 cc brain. Chimps have about a 400. I'll bet mongooses don't have.
200.
No, they're not even 50. They're not even 20, probably. They're not.
I got like a 15 maybe?
10.
Maybe 15 or 10. Well, you could weigh it, you know. Okay, I'm gonna cut I cut that. We're gonna.
How big are blue
And I
whales?
cut. Blue whale brains sperm whale is the largest brained animal in the world because it has to think and hunt and chase squid and calculate. And,
Its brain is the biggest, but not compared to its body, right?
nope, it doesn't have the largest brain for its body.
That's us.
Yeah, we are. Some birds are close, but it's only because their bodies are so light. But birds are pretty smart if you look at like a crow, what a crow can figure out.
Scarecrows.
Yeah, but we weigh about half what a gorilla.
What is that, Dad?
That's the esophagus.
Is
See
it
its
tough?
throat? It's tough. See, its throat is tough.
You can see it's hollow.
Yeah, you see the hole in the throat?
You cut
And
it?
that's, yeah, I'm just kind of taking
Cutting
it.
off his head?
Yeah, kind of
Would
going.
they be scavengers?
You know what? Scavenging just means you eat what's already been killed, and lions will do that. I'm trying to get. I'm not.
They're
very-
both. They'd scavenge
Well, like,
if they found
Most,
something.
yeah. If you found a steak on the ground, you'd eat it. You know.
Maybe.
Oh, there's, see that white brain coming out? Now you got to be careful because prion disease is actually caused by brain. So I, don't have gloves on or anything, but I actually am a little worried with brain tissue. So that's what brain tissue looks like. I'm not even gonna touch that because you can get some weird things with the brain tissue. There's its jaws.
By eating it, right?
Yeah,
That's
the
why
Kowarski
that
disease.
people that eat brains.
Yeah, there's teeth. You can see that.
There's a tongue.
There's the
Wait,
tongue.
is the tongue furry?
They're like a cat. They have a very rough tongue, so he can lap bones and get meat off of it. And there's quite a bit of teeth there, but you can see they can't chew very well. They have some good teeth to bite. Good teeth to bite here. Good sized tongue. And what time we at?
21:45.
Okay, we're just gonna call that good enough. But you kind of see the parts of a mongoose. You want the skin, Seer?
Yes.
You want the femur? You got all those other bones and things. You've been making casts.
Skin too.
We'll try to skin it. We'll make up a too bad we don't have oak leaves for the tannic acids, but there you go. That's not a bad skin. Because you don't, they'd have to scrape that, and I'd have to scrape that off of there because that's meat and that would eventually rot, and I'd salt it, and we can make a little skin out of it. But the old trappers used to take muskrats and they would use one of the leg holes as a thumb and you'd make a mitten, and they wouldn't cut up the belly, they just cut up the back, pull it off, and have a whole piece, which is a little harder to do. It takes a little more time, and since this is more of an anatomy lesson for science class for all you homebound kids on distance learning, we got her. Okay, shut that off,